Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. With all good things, they must come to an end. Imaginators gave us the last run with Skylanders, and with that came a collection of interesting and amazing levels. We had no clue this would be one of the last times we stepped into Skylands, so we had to make this count. Too bad they dropped the ball with the levels, but a few of them were absolute perfection. With Skylanders now on hiatus, let's head back into Skylands and rank the last levels we may ever play. As always, I'm Crash Rowsell of Crash the Skylands, and this is every Imaginators level ranked from worst to best. But this is the last one, so we got a very special message. Come here. Come here, Boo. Come here. Come here. Every one of you who says anything bad has to say it to Maggie. And you know you can't do that. You can't say anything bad to the Moo. Yeah, she's going to be sitting right here reading every comment individually because it's an opinion they have to get through the dog. And the dog's eyes are different than human eyes. So, you guys know now that if you have an opinion, you got to be respectful in the comments because Maggie will bite you. She will. She's so aggressive. She's not aggressive. I'm not just saying that. Regardless, if you want to leave your opinions, you are more than welcome to. But remember, you got to leave them in respectfully because you got a sweet little girl reading them in the comments now, and you got to be nice. Everyone leave some nice comments for Maggie. Mwah. She's a good girl. And let's get back to the video. Do you want to do the first one? You can't speak English. Here's the name. Number 15, Griffin Park Observatory. I don't mind going back to a level to complete everything, but when you make it as confusing as Griffin Park Observatory, you can keep that idea elsewhere. There is no way you can complete this level 100% without using a guide, as there's no real linear path to take, meaning I dread ever playing this level. Thank Eon it's optional to the main story. Number 14, Abandoned Amusement Park. Imagine doing all those cake missions and finding out the level attached to those dumb things is just as bad as the mission itself. That is the reality when entering the abandoned amusement park. When the only good part of this level is saying how broken and bad the park itself is, that's not a good sign. Someone call the health department for my mental well-being. Number 13, Fizzland. The concept of Fizzland is great, being able to switch between worlds to help or hinder you or your enemies, but that's the issue. A majority of the time you're trying to figure out which is the good part for yourself. Having to switch literally 3 times for one of the first puzzles is a headache and not a good start to the level. Even the Doomlander fight at the end couldn't even save this. Number 12, Sky Fortress. Being a linear level isn't always a good thing, and it is proven here with Sky Fortress. The level itself is too basic compared to every other level in the game up to that point, and it's way too long for its own right. The weird Wrecking Ball minigame in the middle of the level is always a throw-off for me, especially if you want to get all the trophies. Exploration of this level barely exists, which extremely bums me out. Number 11, SHELLMONT Shores. This level felt like the devs needed another level and threw this together last minute. There's so many things all over the place, random enemy fights, grind challenges, and a random blobbers encounter. This level has so much of everything, which too much of something can be a bad thing. Although the level can be enjoyable, for me this is too much and it feels like a last minute addition. Number 10, the Lair of Chaos. As a running trend in all of the Skylander games, the final crawl to chaos is never as good as the fight itself. The creativity of the game show challenge is fun, but if you play the level for a second time, you realize the fun factor is gone, and you just want to get to the lackluster fight. This level has so much potential, but floundered at the last minute, just like all the other Chaos levels. Number 9, Cradle of Creation. When it comes to opening levels, the Cradle of Creation does it right. Not too many ways to go off the beaten path, decent starter enemy fights, and a good selection of puzzles are a great way to get people into the game. However, after you played Imaginators for a while, this level is extremely boring and obviously a hand-holding tutorial. Replaying this level can be a drag. If only we could turn back time. Number 8, Dragon Temple. Remember in the Oracle and Giants when you had the option of choice? Well, it's back in Dragon Temple, but it isn't better than ever. Although I do enjoy the fire and ice parts, the brains versus brawn falls off where you can easily breeze through a playthrough just by doing the brain part, which after a few regular playthroughs, it's insanely easy. The bridge puzzles can get confusing for 100% completion, but I can't deny the creativity. I also won't talk about the flying section at the end, that would take me days. Number 7, Scholarville. I've heard people discuss this level like crazy, all the good and all the bad, which I see clearly both sides. The level gets created with the Doomlander fight happening right in the middle of the level, and the clearly off-beaten paths give you ample room for exploring. However, the weird mini boss fight with the sewer monster at the end makes this level odd. I know it's meant to defend the Helm of Ultimate Wisdom, but it just feels so out of place as you don't fight anything like this up to this point, and even after. Good level though. Number 6, Enchanted Elven Forest. All I want in a Skylanders level is a fun exploration event, where things happen that don't cause anger or confusion. Enchanted Elven Forest is the perfect level for someone who wants that. The story involved is kind of bland, but the journey to get to the final boss battle with an evil tree is worth it. I love that honors exploring and curiosity. Enchanted Elven Forest is a ton of fun. However, it can't be perfect, as I find the Grandmaster a bit annoying, which is coming from me, the king of being annoying. Number 5, Cursed Tiki Temple. When Skylanders announced 2 new levels being added to the game along with Wildstorm and Robo, I knew they had to be something special. The Cursed Tiki Temple came out first, and not only gave us a great conspiracy theory, it gave us an extremely fun level with some of the best and creative puzzles in the franchise. Exploring this level with Cinder and the Tiki Cat oddly named Bob gave us such a fun challenge, and I enjoyed it the whole time. Number 4, Lost Imaginite Mines. The sadness I feel for any of you who will never get to play this level since it's behind a huge paywall in the form of Robo is undescribable. Lost Imaginite Mines has the perfect mix of challenge and fun, honoring exploration and creativity throughout, all while working alongside Blobbers, a fan favorite. The level gets even better as is a callback to all the times Blobbers was abused in the game and how he tries to take the power for himself, all leading to an amazing robot boss battle that throws you for a complete loop at the end. This level is terrific, but the fact it's not a regular level places it here. Number 3, the Golden Arcade. The Golden Arcade gives players more than what they ever dreamed of. Starting off with that weird trigger-happy intro, followed by meeting Sal and all the minigames in between, this is a Skylanders dream level. It has all the fun of side missions and main missions mixed throughout, with a ton of areas to explore and adventure into, all rewarding the player with experience or treasure. The battle with the Doomlander inside the video game is extremely fourth wall breaking, and the reveal of Brain makes this level this high on the list. Number 2, Thumpin' Wumpa Island. So call me nostalgic for this entry, but seeing Crash Bandicoot and Spyro in the same game and the same level made this one of the best. Leave it to the developers to make an entire Crash level that feels like a real Crash level. Before you say, yes, I know the developers went on to make Crash 4, so don't come at me. The throwbacks with Dingle Dial and Tiny as statues, the fake Crash battle, and the side mission with Cortex and Crash make this level a dream come true for a 7-year-old Crash Rowsell. Yeah, I was 7 when the original Crash came out. You do realize how old I am, right? Number 1, Mushroom River. Compared to every other entry on this list, you're probably very surprised with this placement. Out of every level in this game, Mushroom River will always be my favorite. Whether it's Gil Grunt welcoming us or Eruptor vomiting river water, this level grew on me with its adventurous design. The level is one of the first you play, and it makes me want to continue and try more throughout the game. I could have easily put Thumpin' Wumpa Island or Golden Arcade at 1, but the pure enjoyment I have playing Mushroom River is one I can't deny being my favorite in Imaginators. And that's my list. What's your favorite level in Imaginators? Let me know in the comments below. And although I have all the levels done now for ranking, just know we are not done ranking things yet, so subscribe if you want more. Plus, in the description below are a ton of awesome new and past SkyTubers for your viewing pleasure. And if you enjoyed this list, let me know by liking the video. It goes a long way. But as always, I bid you farewell.